So yeah, and you're just getting back into the game, or you've been playing CS for a long time?
I play this game like since 1999, you know.
Oh, I see.
Quite old here.
What can you learn from someone that have played a game for over 20 years? Well, today I coach a player who have played CS since 1999 on map awareness and positioning. Grab your pen and paper and enjoy this.
No, it's just found some ex-co-working dudes that I play with. So I jumped back again, I think, last September. And just was doing some competitive and faceit stuff. But
that's fun.
Just trying to improve.
That's what it matters. That's what's important there. I have to ask, I see what you want to improve on. I just saw the info here. And when you say especially awareness, what you mean? And just map awareness in general, or?
Just to better, check what's around me, or not to basically look in directions I don't need to because these are covered, or sometimes, I have the problem to pick up when actually like in a clutch situation or close to it, when enemy died already in the position I'm peeking in, and that's completely unnecessary. So basically, right in the action, the spatial awareness of the overall situation, I guess. I would probably have played the position regarding the smoke, so not sure if it's not smoked, I should,
No, if it's not smoked, the position is still good. Like, the position is, if it's not smoked, you have a teammate that can help you, so then it's even better. But when it is smoked, you usually go 1-for-1 kill usually in this position.
Alright.
So which is like, it's a fine if that is your goal in the end. Like, if you just want to get the one kill and hope your teammate get it. I think the problem here is that you look here, and then you start looking apps.
Yeah, I was.
When you turn around.
I wasn't aware my mate is in apps, so I was a bit. That's what I meant with spatial awareness. It was unnecessary to take a look at balcony because it's covered by green.
Yeah.
So.
But I'll give you another hint there. Like before the map start, like round start, people usually call where they are. I don't know if they did it in this round. But those, like that little, you have, I said 10-second warm up, freeze time you have. Use that 10-second then to just get understanding where people play. You just ask, A players, where you play. One gonna go long and one gonna say apps. And you're just gonna remember that for next time. And of course, if apps guy die, you will realize, alright, he died. Now I actually have to watch out for apps. That will help you at least with the awareness of where your teammates are. And then the part of where you talked about baiting, the position you have now is kind of a baity position, because your teammate is still in middle, which means they can't really come to you unless he dies.
Yeah, you're right.
But you kind of want to play with him so you can trade him, instead of him having the two last rush him and kill him, and then you have to 1v2 in this position. And this position isn't that good, because you're in the open, 2 Glocks running will kill you here, and you can't really fall back. But what we're going to talk about here is your position. So you have a 5-7.
Yeah.
So you want to get close and up into their face, because the 5-7 is very good close, you get some good headshots. And the position you play here is alright for it, as long as you have somebody short, which you have. This is like a fine position, but you shouldn't be watching here, you should be watching the door, yeah, like this. And then when you go to help your teammates, you decide to take this long range fight, which isn't the best for the 5-7. It is better to instantly play close to your SMG here, just play close range to him. It's way better instead of taking a long range fight. That's what your FAMAS should be doing. So just remember that next time, at least when you play like position, even though it matters how you play and what your play style is, you as well have to think about the gun you have. You don't want to play top banana fighting a guy in ramp with SMG or pistol. You want to have an AWP or rifle.
Yeah, sure. I see. Yeah.
So always when you pick a position, it's oh, this position worked good because I had a rifle or I had a shotgun. You have to as well think, will this position then work if I have a pistol next round? Oh, it actually won't then.
So this also means if currently I favor the buy because I play more comfortable with the position. So that also means I shouldn't. This kind of defeats the purpose of thinking about what position should I play in beforehand, because I need to switch it. So I should think of it and then buy accordingly.
Yeah, 100%. Buy accordingly. Yeah, if you when you have a set position in CS, you have a set role, set position, you will always know what to buy. because you will always know where you gotta play and you will know what is the best for that buy. So if you want to like push apps here, I would have bought the SMG and a flash, for instance. Save the rest of the money. Are you waiting for the spam? I like that. Yeah, I will tell you that the wallbang there, you can't wallbang that. Oh, well, you probably can, but it won't really do much. And the dangerous part with this position right here is that these walls are super thin. They are not really a good cover.
Yeah, you're right.
So when you're kind of going for like just like spamming this random spot, if a guy realizes that and just swings, because you can't see if he swings when you spam this, he could easily take you out. Like, it probably won't happen, but just be a little bit aware of that. Are your teammate dying apps? 2015? This is easy. Alright. There we gotta talk the awareness part we were talking about. So you kill a guy in apps.
Yeah.
You see his name, that's Cabin, K-A-B-N. And your teammate calls is 10, 15 HP left. You kill a guy in apps.
And yeah, sure, that, yeah, and it's not him.
Yeah, no assist and not the correct name. And you know less is apps. And your teammate is holding already short, so he cannot come to short hair with you. Your teammate is already pushed through. But you still spam the smoke. Luckily he misses and you get 2 kills. And that's what I mean, you know, like in that round you get 2 kills and you held apps, but if you look into it, it might not have been the best round and like the correct decision by you, if that makes sense. But I like this.
Yeah, that was dumb, because that was basically the idea to... I felt they wouldn't push apps this round, and I wanted to flank, but I did the peak was I was not focused when I peaked, you know.
That's something you have, yeah. It's like as you said, you go into the notion that they won't peak apps, but you push apps and you go for a kill. That means like even though before you're in apps, you already are like, oh, they're not gonna come here, and then when you swing out and you see a guy, you're not that focused. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, perfect. Now, because I think that is a good play. When you have the best spawn and you hit the jump, that is such a good play to go for. But you have to always watch out. If you don't, like, practice pre-aiming, because there you just pre-aim the door. Because you were, I can show you here quickly. You were aiming a little bit, like a little bit left, a little bit right, and then you're on to the guy. So here, when you're doing this peek, you want to right now already be looking at the door and just swinging out. But instead, you're looking at the door. So instead of like looking at the door when you see the door, look at the door before you see the door and then swing out. Just like pre-aim it.
Yeah, that was a mistake. I think this is the one corner in you know, in this move that mattered, because but basically this was the play. But in this moment, I forgot about the play.
Alright, I'm gonna talk here quickly. I heard your teammate went, what the F, we're 4 on A. I think then, I don't know what the call was, but I think that since he's leaving, one of you, and I would prefer you, to go and hold apps then. Because short is good to hold with the op, long is good to hold with the op, but apps isn't, because people will be jumping out, and it might be like 2 or 3.
I swear I didn't even notice we were 4 on A, so that's my awareness is sometimes so tunnel vision on my play, yeah.
Is it now? Oh, soon. I'm gonna show you. So this is a good one. This is a good one. They can't really see you. You get this. And you're holding right here if you see my mouse. You were holding around here.
Yeah.
And then you flick over. It's a good flick. And you have to learn this like when holding an angle as a CT. You have to understand, is the T gonna run or are they gonna shift walk? A position like boiler, a T will not shift walk out of. They will swing out. Because like if they shift walk out, they're insane. So then you want to position your crosshair for that. So instead of holding it that close, you want to be holding it. You don't have to hold it this far, but you could hold it like this, for instance, next time. And you have to do less adjustment than this. I can see. No, I think it's a good utility. Yeah. When you see that Molotov, you have to push with your teammate there. You see he pushed in front, you pushed back, and then you're kind of leaving him. I respect the effort. It's a very tough one to win. Nice kills. Oh, big opening. Do you peek it though? Let's see. Yeah, be careful with that jump. First problem I see, is that you're a little bit everywhere on the map. You're jumping around, you're shooting, and there is like in pro plays, jumping with the Glock is completely normal and you always do it. That is like normal. But you have to understand like why you jump, like you have to know the reason for that. And the only reason...
To offset the crosshair when most of the guys are peeking, right?
Correct. You have to offset the crosshair, and the Glock is quite accurate jumping. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's quite accurate. So you offset this. But that doesn't mean that everybody should jump. It's only going to be the first guys, and you are the last guy out. You shouldn't be jumping. You should have somebody in front of you jumping so you can kill the guy trying to kill the guy jumping.
Makes sense.
So when you play Inferno, right? I divide Inferno into like usually 3, maybe sometimes 4. I divide this spot right here as one zone, like the whole of church and coffins. This is one zone.
So basically, you're talking the bomb site specifically?
Yeah.
Not the whole map, right? Okay.
No,
yeah,
not the,
okay.
yeah, only the sites.
Now it makes sense, okay.
Yeah. So this is one zone. And then you have the whole of site, like here, is another zone. And then the last zone is like this. Around like this, roughly. So, if the bomb is planted and you're in the red zone right here, you stay in this red zone. You don't move away unless you have to. The reason for this is that a lot of people, whenever the retakes start happening from the CT side, a lot of the T guys, you just move everywhere. You're going to site, you're going to coffins, you're going back to banana. You're everywhere and you're not really doing much then. And as we could see here on this one, let me find it here, is that you are a little bit everywhere. Well, that's a little bit far, you can see here. Right, so bomb's starting to be planted. The plant happens and you're kind of in between. So now you peek in here, right, you don't see much. Now you're entering a different zone. Which don't really...
I wanted to play with... I wanted to not leave him alone, maybe, you know.
Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah.
And that, not leaving him alone is great. But let's see if we can make a big picture here. Oh, that's gonna look like shit. Well, you're not really gonna... you can kind of see it. So, you're not leaving him alone. You see this guy? He is holding the cross. Yeah. So this guy can't be attacked unless this guy knows. But what happens here now is that this guy is alone. So what you should do in your zone is to either stay on site in that zone that you was in, or then play 2-on-2 and help this guy. If you have a silencer, I think it's fine. But when you spray here, you can see the bullets where they come from. And you're 30 HP, you will survive 1 bullet right now.
You're right, yeah.
So you stopping up and shooting, and a good player will be able to spot those bullets and kind of guess where you are. And when they only have to hit you once, maybe twice, that's a free kill for them through the smoke. So there's better to just jump away and get the plant faster. Where I have a problem is now. You look at the smoke, and now you hold behind. And there's a big difference from when you're holding behind there and when you're holding behind now, and that is the cover. Because when you hold behind, like you did here, like here, if he just pushes, you're a free kill because you're just sitting here.
Yeah.
Well, if you hold behind like you did after this, you're a little bit safer.
You're right.
That's just position again. Let's see. You guys are completely stuck. 4v4 should be 2 on A, 2 on B. You're behind a smoke, 1 die, and you're just stuck. Look at this. 2 Molotovs, you're getting spammed. Here, as the lurker, you should try that instead. Try to do something else, like be a little bit creative there. Don't only just don't follow your teammates there, maybe go into apps, try to get a kill. Maybe even do a dumb play, like pushing through the smoke as your teammate.
For some rotation from B or something, because...
Yes. Yeah. 100%, because your teammate gets stuck.
I think, we found out really good stuff, like, you know, the whole being more aware of the teammates and stick with them, or playing more according to the position that makes sense. I think that was really valuable.